We are live. We are live. Welcome. Welcome on in, everybody. I am so hyped because we have those of you who are maybe not new to the stream will notice that I have two 3DS screens on the screen. And this is because we can do double hunts now. I have two 3DS capture cards. Is kind of my newest development, and actually one of them is about to go out because I realized I did not rubber band my DS's for these hunts beforehand. So let's get those rubber bands on. Oh shoot. Okay, hopefully this just clicks back in. I don't have to do anything crazy. Beautiful. And then this one, I actually only have to unplug the charger that I leave in it because the battery is so bad. Oh, it closed, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Spidey, what's good? Welcome on in. I forgot to put these rubber bands on so I don't have to press every single button when I do the resetting. Turn that volume down. Oh, I have two different chat boxes going. I'm a goofball. The vertical YouTube stream doesn't see the chat box. I forgot to set that up. Back for my once a year appearance. I am too. That's that's kind of what I'm doing. I gotta center my camera a little better. There we go. Mike, good to see you. Japan was amazing. I could talk about it forever. And I probably will. I love it there. That's pretty much the gist of how it went. We will definitely go back in my lifetime. Now, when? I don't know. That's not a... I'm gonna do the first two encounters here. So... Okay, made me want to get something to drink. Get some water? So this is like a sparkling water, kind of. It's not really, because I don't like regular sparkling water. This will be a test for me, managing chat and doing two DS's at once, and also updating the counter. But that's what this is for, man. I'm super excited about this. I finally got my good 3DS modded with the capture card. Actually, I sent it in because you send it in and then the guy like installs a capture card on it while I was in Japan the last 2 weeks. And it like got back here yesterday yesterday wasn't the day I got back. I got back 2 days ago, like very late at night. So basically yesterday. Some of you might know that I already did a Poipole hunt. This might seem a little goofy. I need 2 of them for the living dex because he evolves. So one of my worst or least favorite shiny hunts has the glory of evolving. And thus I need both. Which is just great. So hopefully... Oh, I'm gonna keep smacking my mic if I leave it there. hopefully we just get a little lucky, because the one thing that is a little different is I'm pressing different controls for each of these hunts. So it's a little more difficult for my tiny simpleton brain. But yeah, I got this 3DS, so I was like, you know what? I wanted to stream before I went back to work. For some context, I was on my honeymoon. My wife and I had a wonderful time. It was awesome. That's where I went, and that's why we were in Japan. But I wanted to stream before I went back to work. From my honeymoon, I work a small shift tomorrow. But I wanted to get back in the swing of things a little bit, and I figured, what better way than to use my new shiny toy with my capture card? See if I can move this a little more center. Yeah, I'm super excited. This capture card is really nice. It's a lot more updated than the old one, because I have on the left side, or well, YouTube viewers, on the bottom of the two screens, you're seeing my old 3DS model, the original 3DS model. And on basically the one hunting the Poipole is my old DS, and the one hunting Mewtwo is my new DS. A really cool thing is it installs a USB-C into your 3DS. The guy who does it, it's all like USB-C now. And that USB-C, while you're doing it, actually charges the DS while you're using the capture card feature. Which is super nice, because normally I have a charger and the capture card in one, just because when you stream, you're probably gonna go through the battery of even a good 3DS battery. You're probably gonna exhaust through. As an alternate. Yeah, kind of, honestly. It's kind of sweet. And now I've got two of them. For all the streaming I do. More shiny hunts on the way, which is either a good or a bad thing. Either way, I have infinitely more capability. What I'd like to do is, so I have to get the Poipole before I can hunt the legends like I can on the Mewtwo screen. Those hunts are a little easier because all I do is just walk forward. So it's a little nicer that way. Where this one I have to press a lot of dialogue. I have to wait for the Pokedex screen to pop up. This one I kind of just I can go a lot faster. The Mewtwo encounters will begin to lap the Poipole. Maybe not like literally double them, but we'll get a lot more Mewtwo counters quicker. Well, at least ideally you would. I'm currently like not struggling, but I have to balance both screens, and because they're different actual consoles, I'm not controlling them with a controller. I've seen streamers that they have a setup where maybe they just have a controller or something, and then it controls both DSs. But I can't really do that because these controls are not the same for each hunt. So it's a little difficult that way. It's what it is, too, though. Many have said this. And once it's actually, honestly, I'm finding it a little easier once I'm out of sync. I can, like, just kind of spam this, go here. Poipol's probably not shiny. Click the button. Repeat. Yeah. Japan was amazing. Those who have been, or maybe are native too. Although I doubt that you're watching this if you are, but English. It was crazy. I spent a total of like $30 on transit in total the week we were there. Besides our bullet train. We did like book reserved seating on that. But like the day-to-day stuff, the trains, I'm not even like a train guy like that. Like I know that's a type of human. It was just so cool to have like developed public transit and to utilize it so efficiently. Google Maps is great for it. That was really cool. I'm trying to think of like Ireland whenever that happens based. I would actually love to go to Ireland too. A little bit of heritage. I feel like everyone from around this area is either Irish or German. You got a 50-50 shot. I'm both. Ow. Yeah. There we go. Do we think we'll get one today? Ideally, I would get Poipole today. I wouldn't even be mad about just Poipole. But he's a full odds hunt. This Mewtwo has Shiny Charm, Boost. Stuff like that is going on for the Mewtwo. I forget the exact odds. Someone would know. But Poipole is full odds, 1 in 4,096. So I doubt that'll be the case today, but you know, I could be optimistic. I'm still toying with whether or not I do vertical or horizontal on YouTube as far as streaming goes. I have not made up my mind at all. I don't know if I ever will. Skylar, welcome on in. We are double hunting, which is very tasking on the brain. Especially when the hunt has 2 different sets of controls. So I'm tapping buttons like crazy. I feel like one of those like movie scenes where like the fake hacker like is just obnoxiously like slamming on keyboard and it's like, oh, I accidentally hit that twice. It's like so clearly not what you would actually do. But he's hacking, you know, whatever it is. Okay, I hit Poipole already. This Mewtwo we're not gonna increment because I accidentally incremented once already. All right. Those of you on the vertical, if you prefer a horizontal experience, you prefer a full stream, Twitch is where to go. I'm almost to 100 followers on Twitch, which feels funny because I have over 1,000 on YouTube. But YouTube's got longevity going for it. I've been on YouTube longer and put more into it. I would like the orange and white Poipole, please. You know, every time I do something like that, it never really works. I don't know if it's tanking my odds. Like, don't get greedy. We just started. I have to suffer. And to be fair, I have actually been hunting this Mewtwo and Poipole for a long time, but I was not counting. So I figured I just reset the count. It gives me a little mental fresh start too. So that's kind of the route I took with it. I have to be so focused to this. This is intense. At least if I'm trying to be like, get as many as I can. No, I'd love to get to the point if I can get the Poipole on the one of these two. I already have one Poipole, but I need the other one, period. Oh, that's not the button. As you can see, I even evolved my old one and traded it here so I wouldn't evolve this one. Living Dex purposes. But if I could get the shiny charm on both, it'd be really cool to do like dual hunts, and then I could just did my rubber band fall off? It did. I was like, why is that not resetting? There we go. I need to get a longer cable for my counter so I can have it a little closer. I feel like the current downfall in my setup is I have to, like, you see me reaching, I'm hitting the counter increment. But everything could be better, right? That's Poipole? No. Mewtwo? No. Hope everyone is having a good day today. It's so weird to be back in my home, being gone for 2 weeks. That's one thing. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I have this house and it looks like this, and I have things in it, and these are where those things are, and it's just weird to be back, but it feels good. You eventually, at least, I know when I travel, you hit a point where you're like, okay, I've been gone long enough. I want to be home. And I think we got to that point. At like a good time. Yeah. The cold is brutal. For a little more context for everyone, our honeymoon was a combo trip We had a destination wedding that we were attending, and then we kind of like called our honeymoon the second half of it. So we were in Thailand for like 4 days. Thailand was in the 80s as far as temperature goes. It was gorgeous. I was wearing shorts. I was sweating. It was great. Japan was actually it's winter for Japan. So it was like 40s where we were for most of it, the big cities. North Japan got like slammed with snow though. We didn't see any of it, but it was it wasn't all tropical the whole time, but compared to here in the Midwest, when everywhere was negative degrees, even the day we came back was like not as bad as like the peak of it. I understand, at least from what I saw. But yeah, definitely dodged some ugly weather here in the Midwest. From my understanding. Da, 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 da. The Mewtwo hunt is start. Oh, I accidentally hit it twice. Okay, we won't click Mewtwo again. But yeah, Mewtwo, the newer 3DS models actually, beyond the fact that I have less to click for each hunt, the newer 3DS model reloads quicker. You can probably tell which one is which just based on how quick they're resetting. Which is nice for when you're doing stuff like this and you're doing so many that every little second kind of contributes to a lot of time saved. Meow chow. In the wee small hours of the morning. If it wasn't copyrighted, I would. But if I throw anything copyrighted on, I get slammed into oblivion with claims, and then, well, it's not like I make money on the YouTube side, but the Twitch side, actually, I do make like a cent when I stream from ads. Because I am a Twitch affiliate. So I can actually make money on Twitch. I haven't made enough for a payout, but I could. I can take your Amazon Prime subs and do not much with them because I still have to get enough for a payout. I think you have to hit like $100. 100? No, not 100 streams. It'd be 1,000 streams. 1 cent per stream. Let's give me a shiner. Never works. Very strange. Why does it never work? Yeah, he has been dead a while. Yeah, the companies just own all the music. It's actually how it... It's unfortunate. I've watched whole, like, breakdown videos of, like, the music industry and how companies really control artists, and it sucks because art is supposed to be really cool and expressive and It's been gamified to be optimal rather than express. Well, not all of it. There are plenty of examples, but you know, the big names, the big yahoos. Mewtwo, why don't you shine, man? Actually, I really want, like I was saying earlier, I actually would prefer the Poipole if we get one today. Just because it's a full odds hunt. It's a tough one. And a lot of clicking comparatively. And then I could get the shiny charm on this copy. I'd probably do that just off screen because I'm close. But I stopped progressing it because either way, I need to get another shiny here to get the shiny charm. So either way, we're not hunting anything else on this until this Poipole is found, which sucks. It's not a particularly fun hunt. A lot of clicking. You got to do this dialogue every time. At least this one, the Mewtwo, the fun is like in the amount of encounters I can get quickly. Like there's just a lot. You can see how I'm kind of distancing from the Poipole. That's partially because I'm using the newer 3DS for Mewtwo. So it's reloading quicker. So that was kind of naturally going to happen anyway. Make one for both. Ugh. My brain. Fried. No love from the Mewtwo today. But like I said, these numbers are not entirely accurate. I think that's important to highlight. I'm not just starting either of these hunts. I just was not tracking numbers because I was just doing it like in my spare time. So both of these are not brand new hunts. The Mewtwo's fresher. The Poipole I've been going at for quite some time now. So while the numbers seem low and you're like, oh, you're getting greedy, you know, you really want it to happen already. I have been going at these for longer than the number really says. Just because I wasn't keeping track of the number before. And now I've got this double setup with my two 3DSs. So I will absolutely be going a little harder at trying to hunt these. My biggest issue was my 3DS capture card before was just slow because the previous one was on my older 3DS model. It still is. That's the one the Poipole is hunting, like I mentioned. But doing that as a solo stream, like just that 3DS, was not performing well. Not that Shiny Hunt streams are like the greatest performing metric I can do, you know. But it was slow, etc., etc. Now I feel like I've got enough dopamine on the screen. Enough to roll with. So hopefully it results in some more shinies. I've gotten some really cool shinies in Pokemon Go over the last couple of days. I mentioned I was on my honeymoon. And we, for those of you who just tuned in, without rehashing everything, we went to Japan. But our first stop was actually in Thailand for a destination wedding of someone we know. I got a shiny that I got the egg for the shiny in Thailand, but then I hatched it in Japan. So it has both locations attached to the shiny. And I think that's crazy. And then I actually found a shiny in the wild in Japan as well. And then I got a shiny while I was on the elliptical today. Shiny Dynamax Drampa in all in Pokemon Go. So I'm hoping that that's not the only shiny I get today, because I'm greedy and I wasn't streaming on the elliptical. We get soon back to the grind. Absolutely, Mike. I appreciate you so much. It's always so nice to see you. I'm so happy you pop in. Let's catch up soon. Did I reset already? Yeah, I did. I did not click this though. So yeah, those were all crazy. I'm debating what I do, because all of them are shinies I need for my living decks, but they also, like, the location data doesn't stay. You know, I'd have no proof. I would just kind of know. And granted, I'm 25 years old. How many people are gonna care if I tell them that story and I don't have it tagged to the Pokemon? Like, at the end of the day, realistically, you know, who's gonna care? Nobody. It's cool for basically me, but if I have some screenshots that prove it, I think that would be good enough for me. I thought I reset. Oh, did the rubber band fall off? Yep. That's how you know. I'm like, I clicked reset for sure. This Mewtwo is not shiny. Okay. Really? I just put you back. We gotta chill on this tweaking. Dude, no way. Oh, it's just not pressing down? Come on. I don't kill the Mewtwo. We're not doing that. We need it to be shiny, not dead. Although I just reset, but still. Bang, bang. Oh, I didn't click Mewtwo again. Or Poipole. Now I'm gonna click him again. Nada. Can you imagine if it was shiny and I was just like looking away? Managing my stream. Bang, bang. But this is fun. I have a fun little setup here I'm enjoying. There's definitely enough happening to keep me focused. That's for sure. Just with the the two different hunts and like having to control both. But my fingers definitely get a little tired too. That's okay. I'm not streaming for 8 hours. No, you're not shiny Poipole. You're not shiny Mewtwo. Chopped Mewtwo. Chopped Poipole, really. I don't know if Mewtwo's ever really chopped. But I think Poipole can be chopped. But when it's orange and white, Poipole, not chopped. When it's purple and pink, Poipole's kind of chopped. There's the science to it. Trust. There will be no stream tomorrow. Those of you still here. Just kind of looking ahead. I have some friends coming over tomorrow, but maybe Sunday. I've never been particularly motivated on Sundays, but I did just get back. I do have school still. We got one more semester left, and then I'll have my... So this is my last semester, ideally. You know, barring anything terrible. So I do have to balance work, homework, life, and then also my goals of streaming and losing weight. I've lost 12 pounds, or 11 and a half, really. It's like 11.7 if we're counting I am, but you know, rounding is a little easier for telling stories. And it's a confidence boost thing. 10 of which I lost in Thailand and Japan. I think partially just because the food is not as calorically dense, at least my choices of food there compared to here. And because of how much walking I was doing in Japan in particular is crazy. We averaged like 22,000 steps a day, with a lot of days going like more than the 24, 25. Which is super cool. I actually loved that. It got me when I came back. So we arrived Wednesday night. Today's Friday. When I got back that next morning, I was actually so motivated by the fact that I had dropped 10 pounds that now I had no issue like getting back into the gym, because I was just like, oh, I got to build off this momentum. I have to like take it somewhere. I can't just get lazy with it. That was the way my brain saw it. So it was very exciting to see the scale drop. Especially when you're not trying. You know, when I wasn't like particularly trying to eat healthy on our honeymoon, but just because it was also active, everything we were doing was just more involved. I think lots of walking and not a lot of eating bad food. Really was motivating, and I'm hoping I can continue to keep building off of it. Is the only thing. I can't guarantee anything, you know, but what I can guarantee is that's not a shiny Poipole right there. Right away. Yeah, it's just so much quicker for the Mewtwo. My gosh, no wonder I'm starting to laugh. I did pick the other DS too, though. Bang. 71 and 100. Mewtwo has reached 100. Ugh. Great. Why does it say I streamed Tears of the Kingdom today? Oh. That's probably messing up my whole algorithm. Why did it do that? Oh, that's so gross. Oh, the 100 kind of goes off the screen now for me. There's double digits and it's going the other way. Yeah. And by that I mean, please give me a shiny. I'm so greedy. I've said it a couple times already, but these are not accurate numbers. So when I'm being greedy, please know that I've done more encounters than either of these numbers are even close to, probably. It's just I wasn't tracking. Bang. About 30 ahead on YouTube compared to Poipole. about 30. Not entirely there, but come on. Ah. Like I said, too, these numbers are not entirely accurate. I was not counting for a lot of my hunt. But maybe we'll just get lucky. Probably not. I accidentally hit Poiple twice. Again, just calling it out. I do not need to hit Poiple again here. I'm a little jet lagged. I don't think I'm feeling it very much, but my sleep schedule is kind of wonky anyway. I'm very early riser. Already like went to the gym today and stuff, and not flexing, but like I started making like a lunch meal, and I realized it was like 9:30. I was like, oh, my brain is telling me it's like lunchtime, but it is not at all lunchtime. I still did it. I'm not a big breakfast person, so I almost never really have breakfast. Or at least if I do, it's like super small, like some yogurt, maybe a little bit of fruit. But I try to fast through breakfast when I'm counting my calories and stuff. Just because I can typically kind of power through it with a little caffeine. Not that that's good dietary advice or anything. I'm not anything certified of any way. I'm just telling you what kind of works for me. And the keyword is definitely kind of. Because I have not lost all the weight I want to. Not even close, actually. That's okay, too. We're working on it. It doesn't just disappear, unfortunately. Meow chow. No. I don't know if I hit Poiple, but I'll hit him with Mewtwo here. When I say that, I mean up the counter. When I say hit him. I don't know why. It's because I like have to hit the physical button for the counter to go up. So I think in my brain I just associate it that way. Yeah, I'm not hitting the Poiple. Poiple is... We don't hit Poiple. Not the goal. Hitting Poiple is not the goal. getting Poipole as a shiny. Now that's the goal. Because then I can get the shiny charm done. But I don't think the universe wants me to do that. Maybe not today. We'll be back. And by that, I mean shiny flips today. Thank you. I've also been so back and forth on whether I like doing vertical and horizontal streams that I think it's affecting my upload cadencing and just like motivation in general. But expect to see some more videos or something out of me. As much as I love to stream, I'm also kind of like, I want to produce more videos too. So that might be more of a goal as well. Not just, and I say produce more videos, I don't just mean short highlights of my streams. Although those are definitely a thing too. Those do pretty okay overall. Not like super great for me. I don't have like a great, I haven't had great shorts in general. I've made them better over time, but I acknowledge I don't put like a crazy amount of effort into them. No way. But despite the hunt being a little mundane, it's interesting because the more encounters you get, the more it feels like you're making progress towards it, but in reality, you're just rolling a dice every single time. Like, it feels like you have to earn it by getting to a specific number or something. But at the end of the day, it really is just an equal chance every single time. Which is kind of the fun of it, but also kind of the misery. Our friend Me2 here would like to say that because I've been hunting him much more than 128. And for Shiny Charm boosted, that's not... Like, the actual number is probably pretty bad. What do I know? No, Murchiar. Ooh! I entered flow state for a second there. I wasn't even looking at the screen. All right. I think this is going to be my last encounter for today. Mostly just because, if I'm being completely honest, stream is dead today. It started off a little hot, and that's not a great reason to end stream. But I also think part of it has to do with this type of stream is not good for a vertical format. Like, I need to consider maybe a little more the type I do with the vertical versus horizontal debate I've had. But it was nice to stream again. Like I said too, though, I kind of want to get back into making some more videos. So expect to just keep an eye out on things from me. I want to slowly get back into some type of rhythm. Whatever that looks like, I don't actually have any good idea. But keep an eye out, you know? You never know. And sometimes I don't even, so... but I appreciate everyone who was here, even though it was a little bit of a short one today. And I will see you next time, which should be on Sunday, probably. We'll see. I'm going to schedule out going forward, so I just have a little bit of commitment on it, so... Have a good one!